Good morning, everyone. As Hannah says, I'm Paul. I'm a member of the congregation here at St. George's. You might sometimes see me a bit further back behind the piano. And I'm also, I've served on the PCC for the last 18 months. My talk this morning is a reflection on expecting the unexpected, about our openness to having God work in a new way in our lives. You see, there are 5 of us in the Whitman family. There we are. On a fairly rare sunny evening, it has to be said, in our summer holiday in Scotland this year. And as some of you might have guessed, looking at the ages there, Chris, my wife and I, we're about to gear up for a significant change in our family circumstances. You see, we're about to become empty nesters. Our 2 boys, Tom and Dan, have already left home over the last 6 years. And our youngest, Martha, is hopefully heading off to university in September. And as you might imagine, that's got us wondering, what will life be without the kids in the house day to day? The last 24 years have been various shades of chaos, as you might imagine, with 3 children. Of course, we feel incredibly blessed by that chaos, but we are looking forward to some time, perhaps, where we don't need to be quite as planned. We don't need to be quite as organised. And of course, Chris and I have got lots of ideas, even lists of things that we'd like to do with that newfound freedom. But I got to wondering whether there was a danger that we might find it hard to step back from the structure, from the organising, from the expected. I wondered whether we needed to allow perhaps a little bit more time for the unexpected. In Acts 10, verses 1 to 48, we hear the story of the disciple Peter and the Roman soldier Cornelius. It's an amazing story with a series of very unexpected moments. In the passage, we hear how Cornelius, a battle-hardened Roman soldier, has a mid-afternoon encounter with an angel. The angel walks through his front door and tells him to go and send for someone that he's never heard of called Peter, who's staying in a nearby city called Joppa. Now, I don't know about you, but if that had happened to me, I might want to go and check it out, perhaps get a second opinion, see if anyone else is seeing things. But not Cornelius. We're told in verse 7 that as soon as the angel was gone, he called for 2 of his servants and one of his most loyal soldiers and sent them straight off to the city of Joppa to fetch Peter. Meanwhile, over in Joppa, Peter's praying. It's just before lunch. He's getting a bit hungry and has a strange vision about food. I think we've all been there. Now, Peter's a Jew. And so he's very used to living his life following some very clear rules, particularly about what he can and cannot eat. And basically in this vision, God appears to him and tells him he can eat anything he wants, no rules. Peter isn't prepared for this, and he questions God's new instruction. Surely not, Lord, he says in verse 14, not once, but 3 times, before he finally gets the message. Peter's reaction to the unexpected direction of God is firstly to challenge it, which actually gave me a sense of reassurance. If even Peter can find it difficult to accept God acting in an unexpected way, then perhaps it's understandable if that's sometimes our reaction too. So, back to our story. Cornelius' messengers find Peter, ask him to come back to Cornelius' house, and when he arrives, Cornelius invites him into his home. For Peter, a Jew, this is again massively against the rules of the day. But he accepts the invite, goes into the Roman household, and shares the good news of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection with Cornelius' family and friends. After this, the Holy Spirit comes upon the whole household. Again, not something Peter's friends who had journeyed with him could really believe. the Holy Spirit, being given to outsiders, to non-Jews. This isn't normal stuff. And then, to cap off this story of the unexpected, the whole household was baptized. So after reading this incredible story, I was left wondering, am I ready to be surprised by God? As I look forward to this new chapter in my life, am I ready for new experiences, new opportunities to encounter and to serve God? Do I need to be wary of questioning God's direction or just simply missing the signs that he sends? Are we ready to experience God's love for us, his plan for us, in a new way, in a different way? Do we think we know how God is going to work in our lives, or are we ready to expect the unexpected?